this week's Rebel Run Sports Show. I'm John Moore, joined as always by Robbie and Papa. Feels a little empty in here today, Robbie.
It does.
It does. The ghost cameraman.
They should never let us go solo.
They should never let us go
Not
solo.
a good idea.
A lot of big lacrosse to talk about this week, but before we do that, we tightened up at the end of the girls basketball. We're going to talk about some all-star stuff on another show, but
Yeah.
girls basketball all-star game, we had a big hand in that. It was a great situation.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, get out there, Coach Priester and the MVW BCA, they put on that event every year. I said, I think it's their 13th one. It's a great event for girls basketball in the area and players from the northern region. We talked about Amanda Neck last week and her ridiculous scoring.
Yeah.
She goes out there in that game. Like it doesn't matter. You can take her off the soccer field, into
Right.
the basketball court. It doesn't matter. She gets out there. She has a ridiculous pass behind the back.
I saw that.
This is ridiculous. Like she's a great athlete.
Yeah.
She's just a great athlete.
Yeah.
Not to mention the fact she scored 7 goals in 2 games this week.
It's crazy.
So I think that's 20 on the year for her.
It's insane.
Give me a break. Give me a break. I don't even know what to say about that. But the West was up big. They were up like 31-17 in the first quarter.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, everything was just going right for them. Indy Sanders she just snapped the ball across the court. Yeah,
31-17 in the first quarter.
31-17 in the first quarter.
I love it. No defense.
No. Second quarter, the East just started pounding the ball down to Tori Martin from Westfield.
Yeah.
She pretty much dominated the game and kind of got them back into it.
Sure.
East goes on the win. I think it ended up being a 1-point game. It was 80-77 or 80-79. I can't remember which, but it was a real close game. East goes on the win. Kaylin Fee has 26 in the game. Like she was spectacular.
Yeah.
Like she is made for those type of games.
Right.
Like you put her in a situation where it's an all-star game and she can either like just shoot from anywhere.
Yeah.
Or like circus shots at the basket. She did both, and she went on to get 26. Tori Martin had 18. There's a lot of people. Ava Pell had 12 for the West. There was some good basketball going on. It was awesome, man.
That whole day was fun. We shot the show there at Oakton High School last week, and they were great hosts. Coach Priester.
Yeah.
I don't know the gentleman's name who helped us out in the beginning, getting everything set up, but shout out to that guy. Whoever takes care of the Oakton gym.
Yeah.
They got a cool little gym. Remember I told you I like the teams with the yellow.
like the color scheme.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, you got very deep about the color.
I did. It's burgundy and yellow. I typically don't like that color
I was going to
combination.
say, you're an Eagles fan. Why
I
would
am.
you like that color?
It's when they start calling it gold is when it turns sour.
Yeah.
Burgundy and gold.
It was awesome, man. That game was great. It came, shout out to Oakton and Coach Priester and all the girls in that game. They were our intro last week.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Oakton lacrosse on the rise too.
Oakton lacrosse on the rise. They got a big game when they come back from spring break.
Yeah.
They got a big game.
Yeah, the coach is good. I like him, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're in good hands.
One thing I did want to say, we got a lot of things going on at Rebel Run Sports. We got a ton of stuff going on. A lot of new things on the horizon we got. Just a little plug for us.
Shameless.
Absolutely
shameless plug of that.
Give us a call, let us know, shoot us an email if you need anything videography or photography or recruiting videos. We've got some video podcast stuff that we're producing for some other people coming up. So
commercials for your business,
hey, man,
all kinds of stuff.
Full service with the Rebel Run brand.
That's right. Let's get to some lacrosse.
Of course.
Dude, the weather's changed. It's making everything better.
So much better.
Way better.
So much better. I do have a bone to pick with someone from a game that I went to, but it's got nothing to do with the weather.
I'm curious. Okay, so I started the week out at Riverside High School.
All right.
Love that place.
Riverside's beautiful.
It's fantastic.
Everything.
Even the drive back there, how the stadium's kind of off to the right, where the school's off to the left. It's a cool atmosphere.
The house that Brian Day built.
That's right. Shout out Brian Day. Congrats on a good football camp.
Yeah, we gotta get it. Brian Day is one of the best talkers out there. We've gotta talk.
Absolutely. We gotta get out there on camera.
Yeah.
They played Eastern View. I never heard of them. Apparently from Culpeper. Yeah. You know that school?
Yeah. When we talked to Blake Smith, the coach at Kettle Run, I think that's where he went.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, they could have used him. Not very good.
No?
Or maybe Riverside is that good. Probably a combination of both.
Yeah.
This game was 11-1 at the end of the first quarter.
11-1?
11-1.
That's
I'm gonna tell you how bad it was.
it was 11-1 back.
It was 11-1, which is huge.
Yeah.
They could have scored 50 goals if they wanted to. They held the ball, which typically I don't like, but I felt the mercy coming on.
Right.
It was well deserved. They held the ball the last 2 minutes of the first quarter with their coach telling them, "Don't shoot the ball."
See, you would be screaming about it if it was
I would.
basketball. If it was basketball, you'd be so mad right now.
Okay. If I was at the Loudoun Valley Parkview game, I'm sorry, Parkview, but
Why you always,
this is not going to stop until next season.
why you always got
If I was there at that game where it was 37-0 at the end of the first quarter, I would have been telling Loudoun Valley's coach, "Don't shoot the ball."
Yeah, man. It's hard.
I probably would have been
That's the
telling
first
them
game of the year,
No,
too.
just
It's so hard.
let the. There's no shot clock.
So
Just sit
hard.
there. Anyway, it was 11-1. Talent. Let's talk about some talent at Riverside.
Look like some big
And then I
dudes.
have a really interesting question. So, there's a man by the name of Derek Maltz. He played on the 1983 Syracuse, first national championship Syracuse lacrosse team.
Wow.
Yeah. He has a son, Derek Jr., who was a two-time captain at Syracuse University. He has another son named Dylan, who plays at the University of Maryland but started his career at Syracuse. Transferred, kind of broke the streak, right? Dylan's the all-time leading scorer at Stonebridge High School. Now, I'm telling this long story because I have a very pointed question at Stonebridge High School. How do you let his youngest son, Daniel,
You let him slip.
get out of Stonebridge and at Riverside?
Yeah, that's tough, man.
He's already committed to Maryland. He's in 10th grade.
He's a little bit good.
Really good.
Yeah, that's if you're committed to Maryland in 10th grade, you're pretty good.
They also have these, I'm going to call them brothers without knowing, but their last name is Musa.
Okay.
Between the three of those players, Chad Musa, Tyler Musa, and Maltz, they had all 11 goals in the first quarter.
Well, that's troubling.
Yeah.
I'm troubling for somebody else.
It's troubling for everybody else.
Not so troubling for Riverside.
So I'm really excited about seeing Riverside play against some stiff competition this year. Because this definitely wasn't. They ended up winning, it was 17-5. Their starters were, for all, taking off their pads at the end of the first quarter. So, but 17-5 is how it ended. Yeah. Tough.
Loudoun County, man, loaded with people. Loaded with
They're
lacrosse.
taking over
I'm telling you,
lacrosse.
man. I'm telling you because I got something to say about Briarwoods.
Briarwoods is good.
I got something to say about Briarwoods.
Briarwoods is good. But yeah, Riverside 17-5. They need some more competition. That put them at 8-0. So
That's awesome.
can't get any better than that.
No. I don't even know what to say about that.
Right.
Riverside, man.
Coach Day, we're coming for you next
Absolutely.
season. Yeah.
Coach Day, get some of those dudes on the football team.
Absolutely. Yeah. The Musa brothers
you
should
get them
be
on the
your
football team.
tailback
Basically.
flanker. So you were at Stonebridge versus Briarwoods.
It was.
Huge game.
Yeah, it's an enormous game.
Dude, Loudoun County is like,
I'm trying to tell you, man.
they're becoming like the Mecca of lacrosse.
I think the Robinsons and South Counties and Woodsons would still have something to say about
For
that.
sure.
But yeah.
But as a county,
Yeah, dude, it's coming.
there's a lot of Fairfax County schools that are
That's also
not
true.
participating.
That's also true.
Yeah.
Yeah, both these teams look like contenders. I don't think I'd ever been to anything at Briarwoods. Like, I've seen them play, but I don't think I've ever been to Briarwoods.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice. Cool.
It's really nice.
Really nice.
Yeah. You get down there and they know how, hey, more student section support than any school I've
That's
seen.
right.
There was a big crowd there for Stonebridge too.
Sure.
It was great. I mean, there was, like I said, more student support than I'd seen anywhere before, which is problematic.
Right.
But beautiful field. Hey, man, it was awesome. I really like it there.
It's nice.
It is, and I really like that team.
Yeah.
I'll talk more about them in a minute.
Okay.
The game starts 1-1 and after the first. The goalie for Stonebridge, Tyler Judson.
Okay.
Tyler Judson was playing tremendously. Like he had some stops that were great.
Right.
He had some stops that were great. It looked like he saved 1 million goals.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that also means that Briarwoods was getting basically as many shots as they wanted.
Right.
So you could see like this may be trouble, but I mean he was handling it for a while.
Yeah.
Cole Pearsall for Briarwoods.
It's good.
He's great.
It's really good.
He had 2 goals, I think, in the first half. Aaron Castile, who he had a goal in there, and there were times where he looked like you had talked about some other players, like when you saw Briarwoods.
Right.
I looked and I was like, this dude is amazing.
Yeah.
Like, Aaron Castile was all over the place. Like he was really great in that game.
They have a wealth of talent over there.
Ton. That was the next thing I have sitting here. They're loaded. I mean, just if you watch that game on both sides, those teams are loaded.
Yeah.
Like it's impressive. I mean, Stonebridge, Dominic Cole and Nick Cole, they're great. Jordan Lee, great. I mean,
athlete.
He stands out. Like
he does.
You can't stop watching him.
I saw him yesterday. They were, I guess, the next game in the tournament I was at. And I walked by him, I was like, at first glance, I was like, maybe it's because he's on the field with some smaller guys.
No.
He looks bigger. When he walked by, I was like, he's a big dude.
He's a big dude.
Yeah.
And he's athletic, he's fast.
Very.
They're loaded over at Stonebridge.
Yeah.
They were doing, it was 3-2 at half. The goalie, though, for Briarwoods, I was talking about Stonebridge's goalie. The goalie for Briarwoods, Will Juno, was tremendous.
Yeah? Ooh, I like
he was
that
tremendous. Will Juno. There's another name I got to mention. Stonebridge has a dude named Phoenix Hines.
Oh, yeah.
There's not, like, come on, man.
That's great.
This is great.
That's like the name I would want to name one of my kids, and my wife would be like, no.
Phoenix Hines.
Can't be Phoenix.
That's awesome.
It's great.
Can't say it, but whatever. That's awesome. The offensive attack for Briarwoods was relentless. I mean, they just keep coming at you. Dude, Tyler Judson had 1 million saves, but they just kept getting goals by because they were they were constant. It was like a barrage of just shots.
Right.
Briarwoods, they attack. They play well on D. Cole Pearsall is ridiculous.
Yeah.
He's got DJ Hazel. I hope I pronounced your last name right. But we've got a shot of him like jumping up for a ball. It's awesome. Yeah, he's great. Aaron Castile, Max Johnson, they're loaded. There's a dude, Danny McMinn, couple goals. There was periods of that game where he was the best player on the field. They're loaded at Briarwoods.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of that team. I'm a huge fan.
Are you running for office out there?
I would love to be the mayor of Briarwood.
You could be.
I'd love to be the mayor of Briarwood.
Every school needs a mayor.
Every school needs a mayor. Apparently, you like to put your hat in the ring for plenty of them.
I do.
Duh.
Just not Madison.
I'm going to go out on a limb here.
Yes.
Why you got to take shots at me?
I don't know.
You're going to get me in trouble when I go there.
I do like.
I like the Warhawks.
Yeah.
It goes on 9-6. It was a great game, but every time Stonebridge did something, Briarwoods just came right back and got it. Their offensive attack was great. Their defense was great. Man, they may be the best team in the state.
That's big words.
They may be the best team in the state.
They're the defending state champions.
They may be the best team in the state.
They're good.
They're great to watch.
Yeah.
Like I had a lot of fun watching that game.
The run they made last year. And they won, but they weren't a dominant team last year, right? They lost to Stonebridge. Stonebridge was a team that was, and then they missed Stonebridge in the playoffs.
Right.
Ended up winning the state. So it'll be fun to see. I think it'll be the two of them towards the end. It'll be fun to see them go up against each other.
Maybe the best team in the state.
Maybe the best team in the state.
The only problem I had at that game, this is so bad. This is so bad. So I like to pick a spot at a lacrosse game where I can see both sides of the field really well.
Yeah.
And I don't bother anybody. I go stand in my spot.
Right.
I camp out my spot. I got it set. Like if you see someone's been standing in one spot the whole game, why do photographers from other places have to come and stand right in my way? Like there's I don't know, 80 yards more field. Like why do you need to stand right in front of me when I'm
disrespectful.
It is disrespectful. Oh my goodness, man. Happened to me at the state title game. Happened to me. Oh goodness.
They're disrespecting you, Rob.
That's disrespectful. You know what? Maybe it's my size. Maybe it's my size.
They don't do that to me.
They don't. Of course they don't do that to you. Of course they don't.
They don't.
That's, you know what?
You're on notice, other cameramen.
Before we get ourselves fired here, let's move on.
That's right.
Let's move on.
Well, there's a huge lacrosse tournament going on at Robinson High School. I don't know what it's called. Spring break tournament? Robinson spring break tournament?
Sure.
If I was in high school,
Actually, I think it is.
and they had a spring break tournament, I probably wouldn't be playing.
What do you mean probably?
I'd be in Myrtle Beach
You would be in Myrtle Beach.
at the Sunset Inn, bartering sandwiches.
Ed. Shout out to Ed from the
Shout
Sunset
out
Inn. Whatever
to
happened
Ed.
to you, man? Zero chance he's alive right now.
Zero chance.
Zero chance. Shout out to
I
Ed.
don't know why I'm laughing about that.
Yeah,
That was 20 years ago.
he was great.
He was polished, well polished. Anyway,
Did some living.
so I get Woodson and Chantilly. I'm expecting a little more competitive game. Didn't get one. First things first. I get to the game, and there's like pen relays going on at Robinson.
Yeah?
It's packed.
You see Daniel Adu out there, didn't you?
I didn't walk into the stadium. I was walking into the stadium and I saw people, you know, they have all the tents and stuff set up for these track meets. I'm like, this doesn't look like lacrosse. And then I see a referee in the parking lot. He's like, oh, we're top field. Didn't even know about the Robinson top field with turf.
It's got turf up there?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, turf field. How is the W.T. Woodson Cavalry game put on the B field in any sport?
So wait, there was no stands?
No. And you know what made it so much more awkward? There's no stands. The people who got the memo that I didn't get had their own little folding chairs, but there's really no area for anything up there. And the fans are on the same side of a lot of these games.
Yeah.
So you have like the Chantilly and the Woodson parents and fans literally right up on the field, right next to each other.
Yeah.
And the things that they're saying are so great. Chantilly, for some reason, feels like there is a bias against their school because they are Chantilly.
That's awesome.
I've heard that in multiple sports.
That's awesome.
But loud and clear on this one. And the Woodson parents who were hearing the same thing that I was hearing were not having it. They kept it pretty cordial, but there was a lot of, you know, snickering, I'll say, going on about the complaints of. Look, this game, let me talk about a couple Woodson players. Matt Fruchman, I'm going to butcher some names here.
Probably.
Matt Fruchman Jr. He had a couple goals. Dude, this kid fires the ball like, we talk about what I won't stand in front of?
Yeah.
His shot. You know who else shot I won't? Bobby Solomon. Hugh Bauer. Carson Hoffman.
Yeah.
Carson Hoffman is a freshman. He fired a ball that looked like something fired out of a cannon.
Come on, man.
This game was not competitive.
Come on. Just stand in the goal one time. Just stand in the goal one time for somebody like that.
I will at a soccer game.
No, that's not good.
I'll do it in full pads, football.
Very good.
This game wasn't close. It was 14-6. Woodson, I mean, it's good to be a Cavalier this year.
They had a tough. They lost, I think, 11-8 to Robinson the other night.
No shame in that.
No, that was a close game throughout.
Yeah. No shame in that at all.
Woodson's good, man. Woodson's good.
It seems like they're good at everything.
Yeah, I think JoJo Heisley's on the team too.
Is that right?
I think so.
You may be.
I could be giving him credit he doesn't deserve it.
You may be. But yeah, 14-6, Woodson advances. This is a huge tournament, ton of teams.
It's awesome.
We'll be covering most of it probably next week, but
Of course.
good. Rob, one more thing about this game. I want to talk about the two goalies. The guy you gave the goalies some love earlier. We don't give the goalies a whole lot of love. It's not a glamorous position in any sport, really. But Cole Van, I'm butchering this one. Cole Van Biber from Chantilly
Sounds right.
gave up 14 goals. If he wasn't good, would have given up 50. I mean, Woodson had a lot of shots on goal, and he made some really good saves in that game. But the Woodson goalie, Nathan Kim, who's the only senior on their team that I'm talking about today, he is really good. He made some saves that were from point blank, and I was like, did he catch that?
It seems impossible to do.
It does.
It just seems impossible.
Yeah. But yeah, shout out to those goalies. Woodson, can't wait to get to a Woodson home game.
It's always, yeah.
And I need the cavalry.
Going to Woodson's always good.
I know, I'm having like some cavalry withdrawal. It makes the game so much more exciting.
Well, let me tell you something. One knock I will have. I went to a rematch of the state title game last year.
Okay.
Woodson was at Robinson.
Yep.
Girls.
Yep.
Not a whole lot of student support on either side. Like there was parents there. There was fans there. You know, Woodson family always comes.
But not in full force.
Not in full force.
That's a big game.
It's
still kind of early in the season, but it's a huge game.
It's a great game. It's a big game. The game was amazing.
Yeah.
You're not going to find two better teams.
No.
Like, get out there and watch them play.
Yeah.
Just tremendous. But rematch of the state title game. The state title game was great, except for the heat. So hot.
So
hot. So at Robinson the other night, the rain stops like literally 6 minutes before the game. It was awesome. Robinson jumps out to a 3-0 lead. I mean, they're up real quick. It's not looking good at all for Grace Tompkins, the great Ellie Klugel, and Katie Tchaikovsky all had goals in that first couple minutes. All of a sudden, here comes Woodson right back. Goal, Logan Doherty comes down. She has a great little shake and scores. Margaret Steffen ties it up. Boom, it's right back to the game that you want it to be. And it was tied at 3, tied at 4, tied at 6, tied at 8. Like it just kept.
That's great.
Yeah, it was awesome. It just kept going. Emma Vinyl, whatever, you tell us how to say it. We'll pronounce it correctly. She was dominant. She looked like the best player on the field. I mean, Ellie Klugel is amazing.
Sure.
But Emma Vinyl looked like the best player on the planet for stretches of that game. And she's tall. She was going up and getting the draw. Her and Katie Tchaikovsky faced off a bunch of times. She gets, every time Woodson needed something, she stepped up and did it. Like she just, every time they needed something, she stepped up and did it. She puts them up 4-3. Robinson comes right back, goes up 5-4. Woodson ties it at 5 right before halftime. Back and forth the whole way. Woodson tied it up at 6. Robinson comes back, goes up 8-6. You're like, goodness, what else can happen? There's a couple minutes left in the game. Woodson goes up 10-8. There's 2 minutes and 20 seconds left. Ellie Klugel, it was like one of those situations where like Jordan at the end of a game. Just give me the ball and get out.
Just give me the ball,
She goes into the circle, does the face off, gets it, just goes straight down the field and scores within seconds.
Awesome.
Like it was unreal. It was just a situation where like somebody with supreme talent was like, I'm taking over. It was awesome. Woodson holds on to win 10-9. Ellie Klugel's amazing.
Oh, they'll meet again.
They will definitely meet again. Natalie Gates was incredible. She had 4 goals in the game. Emma Vinyl had 4 goals. I mean, she was unbelievable. They'll play again. Hopefully it's in the finals again.
Oh, absolutely.
I'll watch that game anytime. It was awesome. It was just awesome. Those two teams going back and forth like that.
I love that they play lacrosse state championship games here.
Yeah. Where else are you going to play?
Where else are you going to play?
Yeah.
Makes the commute so much nicer.
For us, yeah. Let's face it.
Sure.
Let's face it.
It's only me I'm talking
It's
about.
only like we only care about that factor.
Like, it's great going downstate to see some.
What do you mean? Define great.
I mean, the atmosphere is great, the state champion, and this football stadium, but man, that ride home sucks.
The ride home sucks. Yeah, the ride home flat out
Sucks.
sucks. The state title football game at UVA last year was awesome. Say
Yeah.
UVA, I'll always get a chance.
Yeah,
The basketball state title
right.
at VCU, awesome. The lighting in there was phenomenal.
Yeah.
But I'll take the state title game at Lake Attica Robinson any day of the week. Like, give me that any
Just
day
a
of the
little
week.
cooler. Hey, if Pele was playing on that field last year, he would have put his shoes on.
Yeah.
It was hot.
Yeah.
Really
It
hot.
was.
Well, then the doubleheader. I'm bringing an umbrella this year. Like Michael Jackson, the big black umbrella. Gotta protect this from the sun.
Is that what it is?
Sometimes going down.
It is. It's not necessarily the sun you want to protect it from. It's the sweating that you want to protect it from. Yeah.
Horrible. Hoping to be a thinner man by then. In training.
If you're not, you'll be a thinner man by the time you get there.
That's right.
That's for
That's
sure.
what-
That day, it was like
Like a
94.
sauna in there.
It was 94 at like 10 a.m.
I brought frozen water bottles, and by the end of the second game, they were like hot in my bag.
It was terrible,
Yeah,
but awesome. It was a great day.
it was a great day. Great games. All right, well,
Spring break.
spring break. So next week, we're going to talk a lot about that spring break tournament that's going on right now.
Yep.
Ton of teams. Man,
Next week, also watch out. We'll have our basketball B squad.
absolutely.
We'll have that out.
Absolutely. I may take some shots at some other people's.
Top 10. Yeah.
You gotta be kidding me.
Give me a break.
All right, let's see if I can butcher this. You can see us on Verizon Channel 2, Prince William County, 28 Reston.
Comcast Channel 2.
Oh, Comcast Channel 2.
So bad.
Comcast Channel 2, Prince William, and Prince William, Channel 28. I'm lost.
Man, Comcast Channel 2
Channel
in Prince
2.
William, 28 in Reston, Cox Channel 23 in Herndon.
That's right.
Verizon 28.
Oh, you should
I think
do
we're
this.
on Verizon 1891, maybe.
I don't know, but people in Fairfax are telling me they're seeing our commercials.
I think it's 1891. It's
So we're out there.
Look-
Always on rubberrunsports.com
the best place to find it.
for the unedited version.
It's all unedited.
We'll see you next week.
Maybe.
John Becerra, Cameraman Steve, where you at?
Where you at? And hey, the other cameramen at games, just don't stand right in my way when I'm trying
Stay
to...
out of this man's way. You're going to force him back into the gym.
Just stop.